Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Destiny Moon Tarot, and welcome to today's pick a card reading in which I am going to be finding out who is coming next into your life. Now, this could be someone who's coming into your life in a romantic way, in a platonic way, maybe as a friend, as a colleague, as a boss, as a manager, a mentor, or even as someone who is a soulmate. So we shall see who is coming into your life. Please keep that in mind that this is not specifically romantic. This could be just anyone who is coming into your life for some purpose, to either teach you something or to serve some purpose in your life. So this is going to be someone significant that's entering your life, but they may not be entering your life in a romantic way. So yeah, that was just like a disclaimer that I wanted you guys to know before you pick your group today, because yeah, I don't want you believing that you're only going to get romantic messages, because you might also get platonic messages, and maybe that's not something you want to hear right now. But if this is a reading that sounds helpful to you, if this sounds like something that you would want to manifest in your life or want more clarity on, then please continue watching this reading, and let me help you pick a group today by introducing you to your options. We have group number 1 here, we have group number 2, and we have group number 3. You can take as much time as you need to pick either one or multiple of these groups intuitively, either by looking at the groups here, just the piles here, and making a decision based on which group is calling out to you the most, or you can also make your choice based on the pictures in the thumbnail of this reading. If you enjoy this reading, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a nice comment. Claim this reading in the comment below. Let me know what you thought about this reading in the comments as well. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me. It's free of cost and it helps me grow as a creator here on YouTube. And yeah, I shall see you all in your reading. Let's begin with group number 1. Hi, group 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out who is coming into your life next. I have a couple of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here. So I'm going to begin with these first and then get in your tarot for some added information. Now, these two cards right here are going to tell me what kind of qualities this person possesses, to give us a better idea of who they are and how you can spot them when you finally do see this person entering your life. So first up we have grace, and second we have friendship. Okay. And this card right here, this oracle card, this is going to tell us why they are coming into your life. So we have a time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. Okay, so Virgo season could be significant. This person could be coming into your life during the Virgo season, or they could be a Virgo, or you could be a Virgo, is something that I'm seeing. Maybe a new moon in Virgo is when they could be coming into your life as well. So that is also something that I'm picking up on here. But what I do see here with the cards that you've been dealt with, group number 1, is that this person is coming into your life to give you, because maybe up until now you have been the kind of person who's always been the giver in every relationship, and you have never really gotten the same thing in return, or maybe never really gotten anything in return. Maybe you have just poured yourself and poured your energy, poured your love and effort into friendships, relationships, all kinds of connections, but you felt like these people weren't there when you needed them, or they weren't there when you know, you needed the support, when you required the attention or the support or the love or the affection or the validation even. So I feel like it's now your turn to be the receiver. Okay, so this person is coming into your life to give you rather than to take from you. So this could be someone who um, is a bit of a giver. You know, they're very generous with their energy, they're very generous with their resources. Now resources are anything, you know, money, our time, our efforts, our energy, our thoughts, our skills, some sort of talent that we have that we teach others, or some sort of skill that we have that we teach others, some sort of like, new thing that we introduce others to, whether this is to new books, to new music, to new perspectives on life, to new philosophies of life, to new cafes even. You know, it doesn't have to be something super like intense and deep and philosophical. It could also be something light and fun, right? So this is someone who's coming into your life to give to you. Okay, so this could be someone whose love language is acts of service, and they love being there for you. And this person I can see with the friendship card here could be a platonic friend that's coming into your life. Okay, so like a soul tribe member, someone who you're really meant to be with for the long term when it comes to friendship. You know, someone who you can be vulnerable with, someone who you can share your fears, your life experience with, and this person is not going to judge you. This person is not going to gossip about you behind your back. This person is not going to criticize you. This person is not going to use your vulnerability against yourself, you know. That is what I'm picking up on. This is someone who's very solid, very supportive. This is someone who feels like a genuine friend, someone who you can open up to, someone who you can talk to, you can share your thoughts with, your opinions with, you can be yourself with. You know, you don't have to worry about being judged or criticized, or oh my god, what is this person going to think of me. You know, those are thoughts that don't really occur to you when you're hanging out with this person. This is the kind of person who you could spend time with them and then look at your watch and be like, what, we've been talking for 5 hours, it just feels like we've been talking for 20 minutes. Or this could feel like someone who you get along with kind of on an immediate basis. You feel like this is the kind of person who wasn't pretending to be something else to get to know you. Because you know, sometimes you meet someone who initially you get along with really well, but then slowly you start to realize that a lot of things that you had in common weren't really things that you had in common. It was just them pretending to be something that they're not, or this was just them putting their best foot forward. And now that you've started to get to know them, you see that they're not who you thought they were, or who they came across as, you know. But this person I feel is someone who you will get along with from the get go. And this is someone who you are going to feel like is going to be in your life for a really long time, because they just seem like someone you will get along with for a very long time. Even if you have different opinions on something, I think just the way that you behave with each other, just the way that you treat each other with love, with respect, with grace, I think that in itself is just a very like it just helps you form a very strong, solid, secure bond with this person. Because even with grace, what I can see is that this person is very graceful. You know, this person is very mature. They are very emotionally available. You know, if they will understand your sarcasm as sarcasm. They will understand jokes, but they also know when to not cross the line. Even with friendship, you know, there are some things that you don't joke about, there are some things that you don't um, mention in like casual conversations, that you don't bring up, like you still are mindful of respecting each other's boundaries and treating each other with respect, and making sure that you're not preying on each other's insecurities, right? So this just comes across as a very graceful, solid, mature person, and that is what they're bringing into this friendship, and that is what I think they're helping you with, just bringing you um, a connection that you finally feel like you are enough, there's nothing wrong with you, that you are doing enough. There's a lot that you bring to the table, but that doesn't mean that you're the only person who's supposed to bring stuff to the table. It's not that you're just the only person who's supposed to give and not take, so this is what this person is coming into your life to teach you, or to show you, or to help you experience. Let's get the tarot now and get some more information about who this person is. Okay, so we have the Keeper of Coins, which is the Queen of Coins or the Queen of Pentacles. Next up, we have the Apprentice of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. We have the Six of Vessels, which is the Six of Cups. And this card wants to come out. We have Justice, we have Strength as well. Okay, I didn't really want that many cards, but since they've all come out, we shall take them. Okay, your bottom deck energy is the Nine of Wands. So yes, maybe up until now you have always kind of been in friendships where you have to kind of look over your shoulder and constantly be cautious about who you're sharing your thoughts and your opinions with, and how much of your life you're sharing with them. But with this person, that is no longer going to be a concern. That is no longer going to be something that you have to worry about, because you know that your thoughts, your opinions are just safe with this person, is something that I'm seeing here. Let's see how we can make this reading a little bit more aesthetically pleasing to look at. Yes, I think that's cute, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So first up, with the Keeper of Coins, I do feel with the Queen of Coins energy, this is someone who's coming into your life to teach you how to have stability in your life. Okay, so this is someone who's coming into your life for you to experience a stable connection, like I said. But this could also be someone who's coming in to introduce you to ways of maybe saving your finances or saving your resources and investing them more wisely, so they could have some sort of advice to give you on those matters, whether it's money, whether it's saying, hey, you know what, I think you give too much of yourself to other people. So yeah, this is some sort of like resource management advice that they are giving you. They could also be coming into your life to introduce you to good habits, or maybe to like healthier habits, especially when it comes to your health, especially when it comes to your well-being, whether that's your mental health, your physical health. So this could be a friend who can introduce you to maybe a dance class, or some sort of movement that you can do, or maybe this could be someone who you join the gym with, right? So that is also something that's coming through. Or maybe they have good advice on health, so they might introduce you to recipes that you can cook and make, that are healthy and easy to make, right? Or introduce you to recipes that are um, things that you can very easily make, that you are interested in, that uh, I'm also picking up on, like, maybe they're introducing you to foods that you previously thought you didn't like or didn't enjoy, and now they're coming into your life and introducing you to food that you previously didn't enjoy, but now you are going to start liking it. Or you never thought these things existed, and now you will know, you'll know of them because of this person, is something that I'm picking up on. With the apprentice of wands, which is the page of wands, what I can see is that this person is also coming into your life to add fun into your life. So this was giving a bit of a teacher influencer kind of energy, but they're going to be teaching you these things in a way that's very much fun and enjoyable. This is not something that you're going to dread doing. This is just someone who's coming into your life to help you experience spontaneity, enjoyment in doing the mundane tasks. Maybe they're also teaching you how to romanticize your life. Maybe they're teaching you how to have more fun, be more free flowing, be more of a free spirit, be more spontaneous and adventurous. Yeah. This is someone who is going to introduce you to a lot of your strengths. Okay, so maybe you have had a lot of hidden strengths, or maybe you've just had a lot of strengths that maybe other people saw as a weakness or made you believe is a weakness. But this person is going to remind you that actually these things that other people are saying is your weakness is actually your biggest strength. Or maybe they are going to help you realize how strong you truly are, or they're going to bring out a gentle strength in you, that quiet strength within you that you've always had. Um and and they'll teach you how to embrace it. They'll encourage you to embrace it. They'll encourage you to celebrate it and acknowledge it and sit with that power, right? But for some of you, what I'm also picking up with the strength card is that this person is finally going to make you feel so safe and secure that you can bring your walls down, that you can bring your guard down, that that inner strength that you had, it'll calm that strength down and be like, hey, you've had to be strong for so long, and that's amazing that you are this strong, but it doesn't mean that you have to constantly be strong. You can also rest and be reassured in the safety and stability that other people bring into your life. You don't constantly have to be on the lookout or on the guard to protect yourself and protect your energy. Sometimes you can rest knowing that you are safe in other people's company and safe in other people's in connections, in bonds that you create with other people, right? With justice, of course, like I already mentioned, this person is here to deliver justice, to maybe help you experience something in friendship that you haven't before. So, maybe up until now, you have felt like you have always been a good friend who's always there for their friend, but no one was there for you when you needed them. But this person is now coming into your life to say, hey, you know what? If you ever need help, you can also ask for help, and there will be people who will show up, namely this person that's coming into your life, right? And that, the support that you give is also support that you deserve from other people, and that there are people willing to give you that love and that support and that connection in your life, and you don't always have to be the one that's giving. And it's okay for you to also receive, and it's normal, in fact, for you to also be on the receiving end of the things that you give out to people. Yeah. With the Six of Vessels being your last card here, I definitely think that this is going to be a person who's going to be in your life for a very long time, to a point where they would have probably been a part of very important days in your life. So a lot of memories that you have of important days in your life, or milestones in your life, or memories in your life, will have will contain this person in them as well. Okay, so I do feel like this is someone who probably will see you dating random people, and then to also be there at your wedding and be like, oh my god, I remember you being with silly men, but I'm so glad that you found the person that you are with. And I remember the first time you went on a date with the person that you're now getting married to, and I remember the conversation that we had when you came back from the first date. So these are people who are going to be there when your children are born, when it's your 30th birthday, when it's your 40th birthday. This person is going to be there. At your wedding, this person is going to be there. So yeah, this is like a long term, healthy, safe, secure friendship that I see, that's coming into your life, that is very healthy, that is very secure, very safe, very stable. And it brings you a sense of peace, it brings you a sense of connection and community, and it brings you a sense of fun and learning as well. Group number one. So yeah, that is the reading that I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and hopefully I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out who is coming into your life. Now, these two cards right here are going to show me what kind of qualities this person has. So, when they do come into your life, they're easy for you to spot, or you just know what kind of qualities they're going to bring into your life as well. So, here we have prosperity and aspiration. Ooh, okay. Okay, and this card right here is going to show me why they are coming into your life. So here we have conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. Okay, I am picking up for you guys, group number two, a feeling that this person that's coming into your life is coming in a very like mentor, teacher, influencer kind of a way. They're coming into your life to maybe inspire you to be just like them. Maybe this person is going to help you discover your purpose, or discover your hidden talents, or encourage you to monetize your talents, and sort of help you around, kind of handhold you and guide you into making your dreams come true, into being successful, into bringing abundance and prosperity into your life. So I do feel like this person is someone who's very aspirational. You will look at them and you'll be like, I want to be like this person, or I want them to teach me their ways, or I want to be around them because their energy just seems so good, because I feel like I'm going to learn so much from them. Sometimes you do come across such people that even if you don't personally know them, even if you just meet them online, you feel like, I want to follow this person, I want to see what they do, and how they became who they are, because they're so inspirational, they're so aspirational. They want me to be a better person, they want me, they make me want to work on myself, and I see glimpses of my future in them. The life that they are living, the kind of person that they are, that really inspires me, because it resonates with me, because I see my future in that. I see me living like them in the future, which is why, sometimes we're drawn to people. And I feel like that's what this person is going to be doing or acting as in your life, as sort of this like teacher or influencer who is helping you finish something, something maybe you have started but didn't really know where to go from there, or there's an idea in your mind but you don't know how to materialize it. So this person is helping you in that way. This person is either hand holding you, or influencing you, or helping you in some way. So, say for example, you have always been the kind of person who likes to write, and you have maybe, always considered yourself as an amateur writer, never really thought that you could do this professionally or do this seriously, or have the courage to put your work out there in the world, or maybe you thought your work just isn't good enough to be published. But you're going to see this person and be like, hey, our writing is pretty similar, or look at them, they are so confident with showing the world what they have written, or you kind of get influenced by their language or their vocabulary, and you're like, oh my god, there's so much that I can learn from them. And yeah, so you would want to follow them, you would want to follow their work, you're going to want to read more of their work, and this person is helping you kind of fulfill your dream, right? So say for example, I mean, honestly, this is such a far-fetched example, but this is one that's coming to my mind. Say for example, you are someone who is recently realizing that Taylor Swift's music is resonating with you because she's such a good songwriter. And you are maybe picking up on her writing style, and you're thinking, oh my God, my writing style is also very similar. So maybe listening to more of her music is going to motivate me to write more, or it's going to motivate me to um, or it's going to like show me that my writing is good enough, or it's going to encourage me to write, or it's going to teach me maybe new words, maybe a new perspective on life and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like either this is someone who maybe not on a personal level is someone who's coming into your life, but they are someone who has influence, someone who has power, someone who has some level of success and abundance, and that is very inspirational and aspirational to you. And looking at that success is helping you maybe discover a talent, or um, be less fearful of showcasing your talent, if that makes sense. They're helping you finish something that you have started, or they're helping you start something that you didn't think that you could start, or maybe help you start something that you had like an inclination towards, but you didn't know how to start, or if you're ever good enough, or um, if anyone would even want to read stuff about you, or if anyone would want to see that, or what are people going to say. I think this person is encouraging you to like shut out these outside voices, these negative voices in your head, and just focus on your goal instead. This quote that I came across a couple of days, and it's actually on the wall right opposite me when I'm sitting and filming. I see a wall, and this quote is on my wall because it was so good. I had to like write it on a sticky note and just stick it on my wall. And it's this quote by Vincent van Gogh, although I think you will have to Google and check, like fact check if Vincent van Gogh actually said this or not, because I saw this on the internet, and you know how I feel about the internet. You cannot believe everything you see on the internet without, checking yourself, and, being a bit mindful, and like, doing your due diligence as well in terms of research. But anyway, according to the source, Vincent van Gogh said this, and he said, if you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. So, that is something like, that's the energy that I'm picking up for your group's reading, group number two. I honestly feel like maybe this person is physically and for real like coming into your life, but I think this is someone who just is in a place of power and authority, and this is just someone you're looking up to. But somehow, even though you don't know them at a personal level, they are helping you and guiding you in a very significant way. is what I'm picking up on. Let's get your tarot to get some more clarity about who this person is and why they are coming into your life. So we have the Three of Coins, of course. We have the Eight of Vessels, right? We have the Two of Swords. And we have the Magician. I mean, if this isn't reiterating everything that I have been talking about up until now, then I don't know what is. Okay, your bottom deck energy is the Keeper of Vessels, which is the Queen of Cups. So, yeah, this is like a very emotional person, but but this is someone who is very much in control of her emotions, very much like Taylor Swift, because even though she feels a lot, she channels all of her emotions, she channels all of that creative energy, she channels all of her feelings and her experiences into something productive, which is songwriting. And there's a reason why her music resonates with so many people, right? And I mean, she has been around for, I want to say, around like maybe 10, 20 years in the industry, and she's been on the top. And there has to be a reason for it, right? So yeah, I do feel like the person that's coming into your life could be a water sign. Please let me know if Taylor Swift is a water sign or not. I have no idea. But yeah, a water sign person could be coming into your life, so that could be a Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancerian, or they could just be someone who's very in control of their emotions. They're very comfortable with feeling all of their emotions. They don't look at their emotions as their weakness, they don't see their sensitivity as a weakness, they don't see their ability to love as a weakness at all, right? So yeah, that is the kind of person that's coming into your life, and they honestly are coming into your life as, you know a a piece of a missing puzzle, something that I think all this while you were like, I feel like I have the whole picture, but there's this one important piece that I'm missing, which is going to complete the whole puzzle, and this person is bringing in that missing piece of the puzzle that's going to make the picture whole, if that makes sense. This person is bringing in some sort of collaboration. So for some of you, I definitely mean that you see that you could be collaborating with this person. This person is hand holding you and helping you and guiding you in this process. But for some of you, this is like a distant thing as well. So you know how, like, in the Three of Coins, this looks like a stained window, maybe like a stained window in a church. So something that you can see from far away, but you're not allowed to touch. But it still gives you so much information. It still gives you so much pleasure to look at, and then when you look at the design, it tells you maybe at what time, like, at what time period in history this painting was done, or what this painting is depicting. Like, even though you can't touch it, even though you can't hold it in your hands, it still gives you so much information, right? So yeah, this person could be either physically coming into your life, or their influence is enough to help guide you to the answers that you need, so you can find the missing puzzle piece, so that you can manifest everything that you want. Because honestly, it feels like the answers are within you. Everything that you're seeking is within you, but maybe you are scared, maybe you're procrastinating, maybe you're overthinking, maybe you're fearful. Okay, maybe you are just so busy making the pros and the cons list. Maybe you're a victim of perfectionism, and that's holding you back. But this person, this yeah, this person is really helping you realize that all the answers and all the resources that you need are within you. You don't need help from anyone else. You just have to take a chance on yourself and do this. Okay, an important thing that this person could be teaching you is that just because there are other people who are doing the same thing doesn't mean your contribution is unnecessary or not required. There is space for your work, your energy in this field as well. Okay, so say for example, you know, you want to start your own jewelry brand and you feel like, oh my god, there's already so many people out there selling jewelry. What do I bring to the table? What you bring to the table is uniqueness. It's your own style that you're bringing to the table. It's your aesthetic that you're bringing to the table, right? Because why would you be selling things that you don't personally like, you don't personally use, right? So yeah, what you are bringing in is your own style, your own choice, right? And that could be different from what other people like. Maybe that's something that other people didn't even know they wanted. And there is space for that. Just because other people are selling jewelry doesn't mean that you cannot, right? Just because other people have written books doesn't mean that there's no space in the world for your story, right? So yeah, this person is really coming in to help you realize that there is space for you in the world and you deserve to take that space up, and to just help you get out of your mind a little bit and actually focus on the actions, to actually focus on the end goal, and for you to actually put in the work and the energy and fearlessly go ahead and just um, put this energy out into the world, showcase your talent out to the world, you know, be seen and not have a fear of being perceived or being judged or criticized. So yeah, that is the kind of person that I see coming into your life, group number two. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Let me know if it resonated or not. Let me know what you thought about this reading. I'm very curious to find out, because I don't think I've ever done a reading like yours before. One where even someone at a distance is able to influence you to such a level. So let me know if this resonated and how this resonated. And hopefully, I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys. Hi, Group 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out who is coming into your life. Now, I have some of your pre shuffled oracle cards right here. We'll begin with these and then get into your tarot as well. So, starting off with these two cards, let's find out what quality this person who's coming into your life possesses. So, it's easy for you to spot them when they do come into your life, or it gives you an idea of what they're going to be bringing into your life. And this card right here is going to tell us why they are coming into your life. Okay, so let's begin. We have beauty and appreciation. Ooh, okay. And why are they coming into your life? We have a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Ooh, so okay. So this person could be a Libra, or Libra season could be quite significant. They might be coming into your life during Libra season, or when there is a full moon in Libra, which I think happens in Taurus season. Um, but yeah, I could be wrong as well. But yeah, this person is coming into your life because there's something that you possess that will benefit them, and there's something that they possess that will benefit you. I'm picking up on very yin yang, sort of soulmatey energy, where you know, um you kind of complete each other. Okay, and I didn't like pick up on romantic vibes from this at first, but now, you know, I won't be surprised if I get in your tarot and your tarot tells me that, you know, this is someone who's coming into your life romantically. Because this almost feels like this person who's coming into your life feels like a crush. Okay, so maybe initially when they come into your life, you don't fall head over heels in love with them. This is not like love at first sight, but this is someone who, as you get to know them, you will develop a bit of a crush on them. You don't want to be their friend, you know that from the get go. You kind of want to date them, but you want to take it slow, is the vibe that I'm picking up on. I'm picking up on like a slow burn kind of a romance where you kind of have a crush on this person and you think it's very light and like chill vibes, and maybe that's what it's going to remain. But maybe it has potential to be deeper, to be like a long lasting, fulfilling connection, because it feels very like two pieces coming together and just like forming one complete piece. The image that I'm getting in my mind is, you know how two stars, they orbit each other to a point where sometimes they orbit each other and they keep getting closer while they're orbiting, and then their energy kind of is too much to handle that it explodes. I don't know what that phenomenon is called. Maybe if someone is really into like space and astrology, I mean astronomy here, you'll tell me what that is. But it's like twin stars, you know, rotating each other. um yeah, that's the vibe that I'm picking up on. There's also so much purple and yellow that I'm picking up on, so this is a very bright, like a bright light energy, but at the same time it's also very deep, philosophical, very spiritual. Yeah, there is something about your connection that spans across like lifetimes, across galaxies, across like worlds, is what I'm picking up on. This is a very deep connection. But initially it feels like a crush, you know, because initially what this person brings into the relationship is beauty. You know, they are very aesthetically pleasing to look at, and they find you very aesthetically pleasing to look at, and you both kind of appreciate each other's energies, each other's vibe, each other's beauty. There is like a mutual appreciation. It almost feels like nobody is out of anybody's league here. It almost feels like two people who were meant to be together are together. Like if people see you together, nobody is going to be surprised. They'll be like, yeah, you're both perfect for each other. A very loud bus, yes, honking, it is going to feel like you've been hit by a big yellow school bus, honestly. Just this person coming into your life, because it'll feel like, of course, this makes sense, this was destined to happen. Like of course you would have found each other. Like there is this level of like serendipity, like yes, there is destiny and fate at play, that out of all the people you could have met in the world, you have met each other. But of course you were meant to meet each other. Like of course that was part of your destiny, you know. So there is this like deep like destiny and fate and serendipity that's at play here, but it just makes sense. So it's like, of course, like we're not even surprised. Yeah, so that is, I feel like, the kind of person who's coming into your life, someone who's very beautiful. You know, their energy, their aura could be beautiful, their physical appearance could be very beautiful, and you know, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So even if they're not conventionally beautiful, or you feel like you're not conventionally beautiful, you are beautiful to each other. Okay, that is something that's really coming up. This person is kind of coming into your life like a bright ray of sunshine. Like this person is going to remind you of like sunshine, of sunflowers. Okay, so I'm picking up on like sunshine energy, but I'm also picking up on like that grumpy sunshine kind of a vibe, where one person might be a bit grumpy, stoic, more serious, more you know, stable, solid, more soft spoken, and the other person is a bit more extroverted, a bit more fun, light hearted. But you know, you complement, like these energies, they complement each other really well, is what I'm picking up on here. This just feels like a very fun reading. This feels like a very fun energy. It kind of makes me feel a little bit smitten, like I'm blushing, like you know, I want to just like smile and like scream into a pillow and like kick my legs, because like, oh my god, like, you know, this boy has just texted me, or he wants to meet me. or something of that sort, so it's making you feel like a very giddy giggly schoolgirl who has just experienced love for the first time, or infatuation for the first time. You're just like a smitten kitten with them, is what I am picking up on. Let's get some more information about who this person is and why they're coming into your life. So we have the Champion of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. Then we have the Five of Wands. Okay. We have the Crown of Swords, which is the King of Swords. And we have the Past card coming up here. Okay, bottom deck energy is the Defender, the Emperor. Oh my god, I want this energy in your reading. Okay. Okay. Yes, this person is giving me very like emperor kind of vibe. So this is someone who's very solid, secure. This person is very disciplined. This person knows what they want. They don't play around. They're very mature. They are probably even older than you. And very practical, very logical, very protector provider mentality. This could be someone coming in from your past, is also something that I'm getting. But because of this past, I'm also getting maybe this is past life, because didn't I say that I'm picking up on energy that like your story spans across lifetimes? So I do feel like if this is not someone you want from your past, or there's no one from your past who could come in, this could be someone who's coming in from like a past life. Okay, and maybe that's why you feel this like energy that you know them, or like you're very different from them, but at the same time you're drawn to their energy like a moth to a flame. Oh my god. Yes. Okay, there is a song called Moth to a Flame by Swedish House Mafia and The Weekend, I think. So like listen to that song, maybe that has some messages in there for you. Um yeah. So that is an energy that I'm picking up on here. But also with past, what I can see is that maybe they're coming in to kind of heal wounds from your past, maybe help you experience something that you haven't in the past, to help you maybe like um, dig up past wounds to work on them so that you can be in a healthy connection with this person. Or this person is healing something within you that they didn't hurt, but they're healing that within you, is something that I'm picking up on as well. Yeah. uh with the Crown of Swords, what I can see is that this person is coming in to kind of like change your perspective, change your belief system. So maybe up until now you have felt like what you have experienced in the past is what you will continue to experience in the future, or just because something bad happened to you in your past, you feel like maybe you're not deserving of something good. But like this person is honestly coming in to say, hey queen, you dropped your crown. Like please don't um you know criticize yourself. Please don't be mean to yourself. Please don't be so self-deprecating to a point where it affects your self esteem and your confidence and how you see yourself, because that's not the truth. The truth is that you deserve love, and you don't have to bring anything to the table to deserve love. No matter how much you achieve or don't achieve, you are still worthy of love. You are still, you know, um, like your worth isn't tied to what you can do or how much you have achieved or what you bring to the table. Your worth is tied to just you existing. So that is something that I'm picking up on here. With the Champion of Wands and the Five of Wands, I feel like this is someone who is coming into your life to basically ignite a fiery passion within you that had been burnt out because of your past experiences, or because of, your mentality, maybe because of your self-deprecating thoughts, because of the negative thoughts and beliefs that you had in your mind. um I feel like this person is really coming in to like fuel your fire, fuel that passion within you, to reignite your passion, to make you feel excited about life and love again, to make you feel passionate about yourself again, to make you realize that you are a passionate person and that you have a life to live and you have a fire within you that wants to burn, that wants to shine its light on the world. But for some reason, you won't let that happen, or you feel like you're not worthy of letting that happen, or you have forgotten that you even have that light, or you feel like that light is not of importance. But this person wants to remind you that it is important, that it is a part of you, and it deserves to be seen and acknowledged and heard, not just by yourself, but also by others. Yeah, so this person is coming in to almost boost your ego, to um, boost your confidence as well, to help you feel more confident, to help you feel more safe and secure in who you are, and to enjoy life again, to look forward to living again. Yeah, like that's what this person is coming into your life, for, because they want you to remember that you have dreams that you have probably given up on, or you have interests that you have forgotten about because of your self-deprecating thoughts or your self-limiting beliefs. And they're like, no, none of that. We're gonna keep the fire burning. Yeah, let me bring in examples, let me bring in resources that help your fire continue burning, is what I'm picking up on. Whether that's through my validation, whether that's through my resources, whether that's through my words, whether that's through my support. Yeah, I feel like this is the kind of person whose love language is all five love languages. Like they will express their love to you through acts of service and words of affirmation and gift giving, and spending quality time with you and bringing you gifts, is something that I'm seeing here. Like they will be someone who's so devoted to you that they want to bring you and give you everything and more, is what I'm seeing here. Because yeah, this is a very fated kind of a connection, this is a very long lasting connection, this is a very destined connection, is something that I'm picking up on. And yeah, that's what they're bringing into your life, a lot of like love and a lot of like remembrance of who you are and what your power is, and how important it is for you to step into that power and let it shine into the world. Yeah, because when you shine, they shine. It's that kind of an energy. Yeah, because I think in love, you are also the kind of person who gives a lot, who motivates your partner a lot, who says, no, you can do whatever you set your mind to, I believe in you. You are like your partner's biggest cheerleader, which is why your partner wants to be your biggest cheerleader, is what I'm picking up on here, group number 3. And I feel like that's what's coming here, a lot of like mutual love and admiration and appreciation and respect for each other. Yeah, yeah, just like two people who genuinely want to be with each other because they see how good the other person is, and they want their partner to shine, to grow, to evolve, to be the biggest star in the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's the reading that I have for you guys, group number three. It started off, like I said, as very playful and energetic, but it got very deep and philosophical. Um, and yeah, that's maybe also how you are or how your person is, because I do feel like you mirror each other as well. Like a lot of things you guys have in common. Like you might be different people, but I think at the crux, at the core, you have very similar principles, or you have very similar outlooks on life. You're very similar. It's like looking into the mirror. Yeah. Okay, so that's the reading that I have for you guys, group number three. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about it. Claim this reading in the comments below if you'd like to, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.